Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I'm WXFan21, joined by Spiffy Thomas on commentary. Spiffy, how the bleep are you?
I'm doing well. How about you guys out there in the community today? How's the fans out there?
Fans! You're doing really well. Welcome to our second Map Rando Weekly of the week. We hold two of you a week. For those of you that do not know, we hold one on Wednesday nights and on Saturday afternoons. And we are, of course, joined by Aussie on the tracking. So it's gonna be a good one here on the restream. We've got Sunwoo Farmer on the left and Anthony on the right. I smell collusion because these two have been practicing some Dash Rando seeds together, so I am gonna have fun telling some stories about this.
Yeah, we got some rivalry going on. Maybe some friendly rivalries going on here, right?
Quite possibly. But we have 17 people in this total in the race time room. You are only going to see the head-to-head over here on the restream. But so we have folks, in addition to the two you see on restream, Eddie, Zeb316, Oats and Goats. We got Timon. We got Koala. We have got a ton of people here. And it's going to be a ton of fun here. So, if you're new to Map Rando, what this is it's not like Area Rando. All of the rooms and items are shuffled, and we're starting off with Screw Attack.
Okay, Screw Attack first. Perfect. These guys know what to do now. Breakable blocks, nothing that requires morph. They know it all.
So these are hard, tricky settings. And keep that here in mind. Sunwoo Farmer going exactly the way I think he should go.
And got a little stuck, though.
Up to Gauntlet. Did get stuck. Anthony gonna make their way over to Gauntlet and find the wrong... This is supposed to be on the right-hand side, not the left, and there you go. It is Morph Ball. So, Anthony out to an early lead here. And Spiffy,
yes.
What can you tell us here about the hard, tricky settings?
So these hard, tricky settings are generally going to be set up for someone who has some speedrunning ability. Typically those who are familiar with like the main routes, 100% routes, 80% routes, stuff like that. They also pertain a lot to having the basic items fairly early. So you'll find Morph Ball fairly early. You'll find some way of like can fly, either speed booster or bombs with that Morph Ball, for a lot of mobility. And you'll see here that a lot of the players are going to be familiar with the items because we've been doing this for so long. They'll also know that these items are going to be logical. So As soon as they got Screw Attack, they know they're going to need to use it. As soon as they got Morph Ball, they know they're going to need to use it. The tricky settings, however, will also force in some of the harder tricks. As you can see, we are in hard difficulty. The tricky means that you're going to be forced to do some hard tricks, but not always. There's also going to be some filler items like an early E-Tank just to make it a little easier, and that's where it really differs from challenge mode, the next step up from tricky.
Yep, and you'll notice as well that the map station has been found. It's in the northeast corner of Criteria, which is where they start off at that landing site. So Anthony is kind of in trouble at the moment. And the reason I say that is because they're kind of stuck. So they found supers. This is going to lead into a new area here, Meridia. And just because you see the names Meridia, Norfair, it doesn't matter, honestly, because all the rooms are shuffled. It's like, this is Torian entrance, and it's going to lead to a completely different room other than G4.
That's exactly right. That's what we call it Map Rando. As it says in the description from Map Rando, all the world got blown up after we defeated Mother Brain the first time, and suddenly some black magic made it all come back together, but in a random spot.
Shout out to Pork over in Twitch chat, by the way. Pork, who are we voting for? I'm here doing commentary. I already talked about this before him when we started, but Sunwoo versus Anthony, I kind of smell collusion, you know, these two that have been kind of training together. So, if you don't know, Pork is from Sunwoo's channel. and one of the favorites over there. So we're gonna have some fun with this one. But I'm so happy we have this on the restream. And Sunwoo Farmer did find their way to Blue Tower. Really wants that map station, thinking about it, but we don't have space jump, we don't have bombs, and we don't have speed booster. The three best ways to get there. So Sunwoo Farmer finding their way to Meridia. And man, Parlor with just so many door checks. And there you go. Anthony finds another area. So 3 areas found already. And you see Sunwoo Farmer actually using a different palette. So
And Funny also found the ice beam while he was over in Parlor.
nicely done,
Ooh.
Anthony.
Ends up finding Everest as well and knows it's a one-way trip. Decides to soft reset just in case. Doesn't want to go that way quite yet.
Yep. And Torian's off to the left. So found Ocean.
Yep, that West Ocean. They're high-fiving West Ocean. They're both trying to get that map station right above them. It's really interesting to see both these runners in the same room with different tile sets. It's really going to throw off our viewers if they're not familiar with the rooms.
It's throwing off this commentator.
We'll do our best to explain the rooms. Here they are in the Chronic Boost room.
And if you hear us crying or me crying, I apologize in advance. I'm kidding! By the way, can we get some love for Spiffy in the Twitch chat, please? Their first time commentating here on SpeedGaming.
It's my first time. My first time. Rookie commentator here. I appreciate the love, everybody.
Show the love. So, Sunwoo getting to that map station.
Looks like Funny took a soft reset here. Maybe he ran out of health in the Chronic Boost room.
Hi, Fantoon.
Ooh, Fantoon. And the coveted West Ocean spot, that his little cubby hole. You find him there quite often.
That's unfortunate. And another energy tank. We haven't found our first missile yet. Anthony took a crab to the face! That's why the reset happened.
Ah, makes sense. Gonna get a crab, please, in chat.
Who the face?
Ooh, it's a tricky one. Sunwoo Farmer seems to be looking for more power bombs to get out of there safely with the ammo to get through.
Spiffy talked to us, but I'm gonna take this phone call real quick.
All right, we'll do. And Funny going back up, trying to make its way back to the map station. Sunwoo Farmer goes up and finds the bombs, the morph bombs. Suddenly, that issue with trying to get the power bombs is alleviated. Trying to find a way up without taking Skyrider, perhaps. So you know now that Fantoon without missiles is a huge problem, because with only supers and regular power beam without even charge, it becomes an extremely slow and dangerous fight, especially if you don't have suits. Fantoon will hit you for 40 every time without suits, but also because you only have supers and no missiles, you'll be enraging him every time. There you go. Sunwoo Farmer finds the pack of missiles. Does he go back for Fantoon? Not quite yet. Not yet. Gonna peek some more rooms, perhaps looking for some more missiles. And Funny makes his way to those bombs. Finds it, sees what he wants. Sunwoo Farmer taking a U-turn. Looks like he will go and attempt Fantoon. 5 missiles, 5 supers. With 1 E-tank, 199 health. Not looking too scared on the health front. But the lack of missiles will definitely make it an interesting fight. And Funny finds Fantoon for the first time and nopes right out of there. Looking for some more ammo as well, perhaps. No fast for Sunwoo Farmer. Looking for the mid? Not the mid either. With that screw attack, you can phase through Fantoon. It makes for a much safer fight. However, the lack of missiles still makes it pretty tragic. Ooh, gets that second round fast, but has no ammo to send Fantoon into a frenzy. I'm sorry, into the next phase to do some more damage. And funny, probably looking to do some skywriting. Sunwoo Farmer sets up the Doppler, gets a couple in there. Enrages Fantoon. Probably didn't have much other choice. Wanted to avoid taking that damage since he was in the right-hand side. As for those who don't know, if you are familiar with Fantoon at all, if you were to shoot Fantoon when he opens the eye, he will always swing down and right from where you shoot him. It doesn't matter where on the screen he is. It doesn't matter what phase he's in. He will always swing down and right. A little tip for those who want to speedrun this game. Gets the slow pattern again on the left-hand side. Feeds some more super missiles to Fantoon, and there we go. Fantoon down for Sunwoo Farmer. And funny, finds a refill room. With 299 max HP, 5 missiles, 5 supers, probably feeling pretty confident to take on Fantoon. Will do so. Makes his way over there. All right, Ash. In map Rando, the first thing you do after killing Fantoon is go get that map. The power down map station is always 2 rooms away from Fantoon. However, those 2 rooms can be West Ocean. So it leads to a massive scam, and you have to traverse the entire West Ocean to make sure you can find the map.
Hello, friends. Sorry about that, Spiffy.
Welcome on back.
Thank you. I saw we got Fantoon down for the woo. Anthony's on his way to defeat the woo. Defeat the woo. Defeat
the woo.
Fantoon. And defeat the woo. It is a head-to-head. Also really interesting, and again, I mentioned this before, that we had no way of getting towards that map station, up towards landing site. We do now. We have bombs. It'll be interesting to see if the racers head back that way, though.
Sunwoo finding that E-tank, that would have helped him a little bit in Fantoon, but he cleaned up Fantoon pretty nicely. And funny, he gets the mid pattern on the right-hand side. This is just really tough Fantoon fights because, and I'm sure you talked about it, supers just makes Fantoon go super nutty if you don't finish him off with a super. I see what you did there.
Just does a really... I did? What'd I do? Did I unintentionally do a joke?
Those puns are best left untold again.
Fantastic. I'll have to go back and listen to what the heck I said. I apologize if it was pun-like. But, the super missiles, as you saw the way Anthony finished off Fantoon, it's a little difficult when you only have 5 missiles. Because missiles doesn't get Fantoon to go into that enraged state. So, it's tough. So, Sunwoo now actually heading into all the parlor doors, which Anthony already has that information. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. And again, they haven't got to that map station yet, have they?
Not yet. They have to traverse the entire West Ocean to try and find their way to map.
So rude.
Yep. Fantoon has that reputation nowadays in map Rando.
Being rude?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Nice use of that wave beam. Oh, and it's a room that Anthony is going to love to restock some health on. Nicely done.
It's a good find for sure. In map Rando, there are rooms specifically considered farm rooms for logic, and that is definitely one of them.
Yep. Hello. Okay, so we got Fantoon down. Restatorian pretty much has no majors.
No majors, but some more circles, some more minors. Could be tanks, could be supers, could be power bombs. All will kind of nice to have at this point with such low ammo capacity, but definitely not necessary to finish the game.
Agreed. And you see Anthony once again taking another piece of refill. That's going to help finish and getting through the heated room here. And
Sunwoo Farmer high fives again, yeah.
Yep. Back down and out. Sunwoo Farmer is going to get the same info. We get another look here at the map. You see those pink missile doors, the super missile door. This is most likely going to be a play to leave Torian and to advance
Absolutely.
elsewhere. I would head right back to landing site.
That's a good choice, especially with that map there that it's now accessible to them with the bombs, like you said before.
Yep.
It is definitely a piece of information that they should get. When they get it, though, well, let's just wait and see.
Mm-hmm. Both runners high-fiving here at what I call Blue Tower. Also nice when the space pirates just aren't here to get in your way. Not that it matters, we get screw attack, but still.
Oh, it still matters. If you do that wall jump frame into that pirate, you're not in screw attack animation, you'll still take that hit, and you'll fall down. Very rude.
And so Anthony here is finding the downward room behind Spore Spawn, where you would get Spore Spawn supers, and realizing, yeah, I don't need to go down there again and climb back up Blue Tower. No, thank you.
Yeah, both players decided to leave Torian, not necessarily by choice, as the rest of Torian was blocked by the Three Musketeers room. That is a very dangerous room, especially early with no Varia suit. Even though you have screw attack, one hit from those with no suit is a whopping 200 damage.
Yep, and there's Sunwoo fighting the same room Anthony did earlier. And so this is it. This is going to be the play for both runners to find that map station. And here we go. The infinite bomb jumps begin.
Oh, yes. You mentioned that these guys were training partners, and you can definitely tell that they've been playing together because they have a very similar play style. They've taken the same routes, make the same decisions. And here they are both in landing site.
Sunwoo Farmer doing really solid on the side BJ, a little further away than they want to be for that ledge, but gets there. And this was probably some sort of progression here as well. Again, being able to get closer and closer to the map room. Also, this was a nice room if you were lacking power bombs.
Very much so. Very, very critical room to have, especially in the middle of a powerbomb heavy section.
We found another big room here in Criteria. That's huge.
Yes, it is. A big old hub we call the Green Brinstar Shaft. Yep. It doesn't look very green. It doesn't look very Brinstar unless you're looking at an Funny screen.
Yep, it is the Green Brinstar Shaft to go along with the Edikun climb. That is huge. So, Anthony's going to be able to check. Hello, the rest of Criteria we didn't see before. 2 majors that we can see right now. Make it 3!
Oh. Do we have 4? No, not quite 4.
No bosses, but 3 majors and lots of minors along the way.
Looking like every one of those is obtainable as well. You might be wondering why these guys look at the map quite often. It's not something. It's not that they're slow. It's really not a skill that is a necessary skill to have in Map Rando to make it to the top. Ooh, hello.
Gravity suit.
Huge find. One of the biggest finds you can have, if not the biggest.
Suit. And Sunwoo Farmer is currently stuck. That is not good. This might be a reset for the Woo.
Oh, there's a technique for this. He does take the soft reset.
Has taken the reset.
There is a technique for that. It's not very well known, but there is a technique for that. It's only used in randos. But you said these are Dash players, right? I don't know them too well personally, but they seem to be pretty darn good at this game.
They've been practicing a lot for the SM Mystery, or the Dash Mystery tournament that's been going on. Anthony, relatively newer to the scene. Sunwoo, not newer to the scene. As I have nicknamed him in the past, The Woo.
The Woo.
I do a lot of commentating for Speedrunners Arena, and Sunwoo's been on a lot of restreams there, so I somehow started calling him The Woo.
All right, and funny, still looking at these circles.
Yep, and that's totally fine. Getting that absolutely huge gravity suit here Trying to figure things out. Knows they have to take the elevator up. I would go up and to the right if I could. Get it off to the right here first. You're going off to the left. Anthony wanting nothing to do with that right side major for the time being. We're also still really low on ammo. 15 missiles, 5 supers, 5 power bombs. They're all heated rooms, that's why.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not going over there yet. So they're heated rooms. You can tell by the lighter in color. Sunwoo has escaped! And escaped.
He's made it on through.
Gravity suit. Down Red Tower we go, and out to find what major?
You can't get it for free, though. It's Crumble Shaft.
Oh, we want that!
He wants it. He wants it bad.
Folks, we want that speed booster. Just think of all the fun things we can do with that speed booster. You thought about it? Good, because I didn't want to say any of them because I was kind of drawing a blank.
Temporary blue suit.
Yeah, there we go.
Crystal flash interrupts. Oh no,
Anthony's
those are the much higher techniques.
Anthony's like, wait a minute. Why am I even bothering trying to climb back up here? The rooms connect!
Sometimes it be like that. You focus a little too hard on that speed booster.
So nice save with 42 energy remaining for Anthony. And now Sunwoo Farmer is going to go get their speed booster. They have one less energy tank. They're going to be careful.
Thinking about how way to set it up. Maybe a strategy.
Sunwoo looking, looking good. Sunwoo in a bit of trouble. Anthony also in a bit of trouble. Has to infinite bomb jump their way back up through the bottom of Red Tower here. Unfortunate, and is probably going to get hit by this passing thingy. And
ooh.
Okay. No!
Aww. We're in for a bit of a struggle.
Possibly. Anthony, you have an ice beam. Sunwoo just used it. Thank you. IBJ fell a nice hit. Alright. Racers are all tied up.
Not quite. Sunwoo doesn't have that speed booster quite yet. And Funny's on his way out. Sunwoo's farming up, true to his name, trying to get that speed booster. Being a little safe.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. And with that, I believe Funny has cleared the mini crate room, which will awaken the world. Monsters that are now gone previously, like in the climb, or as you call the Blue Tower, are now going to be there.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, the way the world actually starts asleep, and the way to awaken the world is to clear any pirate room.
That's interesting to note.
Yep. This room that Funny's currently in also qualifies as a room to awaken the world.
Technically, this room was asleep before you could trigger it.
Yeah, very true.
Missiles of old Mother Brain here. Back into
a
heated room. Yep.
But a little tip for that, if you get the item, it awakens the world as well.
I always thought it had to do with that weird camera-looking thing.
Yeah, a little bit. That's just how we track it is all.
Appreciate that. Racers are all tied up. Anthony got so much info, though. And this is Waterway. So it will be a play at whatever this is. Nice reserve. That'll come in handy. Sunwoo wants this right side item. And they are making their way over. With speed booster, we can get there. What will this major... Oh, that's clutch!
Oh, bailed out.
Huge clutch energy tank for Sunwoo. But in a really tough room here. These
the
enemies
flower
do a
house.
lot of damage. And okay, here we go. Uh-oh. It's this room. It is the spring ball room.
All right, perfect. Now,
And
Sunwoo.
F. It's grapple. Sunwoo thinking if this is even worth it, realizing what the last time they saved was. Might as well get it.
Yeah. Also forgetting it's a random specific thing. Also forgetting he has regular bombs.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to the best of us. Ooh, taking the path up. Yeah.
Yep. Might as well go check and see what's up over here. Get some free ammo. We'll see if Anthony ends up going for grapple. What have we seen so far that kind of needs grapple?
Everest. We've seen Everest.
Yes. That's right. Thank you.
Having grapple there isn't, like, it's definitely very, very useful and would put it in hard logic. However, considering that the skill of these players, they might be able to get away without grapple at all. Gravity jumps will be enough to get you everywhere in Everest.
Yep. And Anthony is going for this pickup. Interesting to note, too, Anthony has way more energy than Sunwoo does.
Very true. Not
and
exactly sure.
Yeah, you'll note the caution tape, or a caution-looking tape there as well. Just detailing that it's going to be a harder room that you're heading into. Shout out to Aussie teaching me that last week.
Yeah, not necessarily a harder room, but definitely a room that could potentially soft lock you if you don't have the proper equipment.
A caution room, if you will.
Exactly. With gravity suit, though, none of these tapes should matter at all.
And we do have one person that's unfortunately forfeited the race so far. Sky has forfeited from the race. Everyone else is still racing.
Sky, don't feel bad. It happens to everybody. It's not an easy thing to do and try and get in the hard, tricky races. And Funny's getting that power bomb pack that we already saw Sunwoo Farmer get. They high five again. But it looks like Sunwoo Farmer is doing some farm. True to his name. Don't forget, guys, that this is maprando.com, Maprando for Super Metroid. You guys can also join in the fun at maprando.com. Skill ranges from everything between basic normal to insane and then even beyond. We don't talk about those beyond tricks. In the basic normals, you don't have to know any of these speedrunning tricks. It's clearly and purely a rando room. Throw it on basic normal, have some fun.
Anthony has retaken the lead, and now, where are we going from here? We've cleared all the majors, and pretty big majors, if I do say so myself.
Very much so. Considering that they've gotten grapple and speed booster recently, they're going to be looking to use those somewhere, utilize that in areas they haven't been in, perhaps. And I believe, and Funny has seen Everest, but I don't think Sunwoo Farmer has.
Yeah, Everest is the one we have to go to right now. And Anthony's going to take a quick refill and save here at the ship. The three majors that we just found were Gravity Suit, Speed Booster, and Grapple Beam.
Eldridge in the chat. Go for it.
This is now going to be a play to leave Criteria and head towards Everest. We got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle talk happening in chat. My wife would approve. My wife loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I remember the game on the old, I think it was NES as a kid, and I struggled so hard with it. I don't know why that game was so difficult, but it was.
Yeah.
Love that game, though. So many memories. All right, so you can see Anfunny here making its way through Parther again, going down to now Everest with that new ability obtained gravity suit and grapple beam. No fear of Everest at all.
Nope. So rude. Bye-bye. Shine
survey
sparks
says,
to the map. Let's see. I saw one major. Only one major here, but a lot of minors, a missile refill. No bosses.
So many circles.
But where? Ah, there's the Bryn Star door. Grab the major and head to Bryn. That's what I would do.
Oh, that's definitely the play.
The major could very well be Varia.
It could be with so much heat around.
Could be Spring Ball.
I'm putting my money on Spazer.
We got a Spazer fan as a commentator.
No, not a Spazer fan per se. Just in my experience, if the item's easier to get to, it's going to be Spazer.
Hashtag Team Plasma.
Hashtag Sephi Beam.
Sephi Beam. No, Plasma Beam is my favorite beam.
It's also the best beam.
We get that Phazon Beam, though. That's what the random item could be. It could be Phazon Beam from Metroid 1.
If they could find a way to patch in Metroid Dread's Hyper Beam, oh.
There you go.
Say goodbye to the world if we get that beam.
I don't have a Switch, so I haven't played Dread.
Oh, such a good game. I would consider it more like Super Metroid 2, but a lot more.
Oh, it looks
easier.
Amazing.
A lot easier.
when the trailers came out and you see this giant robot chasing you, I'm like, yep, nope, that's horror. No thanks. Bye-bye. I have no desire whatsoever to deal with that.
All right. Spazer Beam it was. It was too easy to get to.
Nope. We're just gonna right-click on Spiffy's name and kick from Discord.
Mute forever. Banned.
Kidding. Spazer Beam called. That's at least a decent amount of damage here as well. We would love to find that charge beam next.
Exactly. As logic dictates, if it's not necessarily locked behind a difficult trick, or especially in challenge mode, but sometimes in tricky as well, because that item was pretty free to get, right? As you can tell, you just walk around and grab it. That would mean more than likely it's considered a filler item. Spazer Beam is considered a filler item at this level, especially without beam doors on.
Yeah. I do enjoy a good door rando.
Ooh, yeah. Sunwoo Farmer finding some more E-Tanks. 2 more E-Tanks to be exact. With 699 maximum health and gravity suit, that should be enough to take on any challenge the game can throw at him. With one exception, I take that back. One exception being Ridley. Suitless Ridley is...
Rude.
Let's not talk about Suitless Ridley.
Very, very rude. We don't want to go there.
Nice gravity jump. Getting up the crab hole there for Sunwoo Farmer. Ooh, do we know what this major is?
We
Bottom up bowling.
This is Sunwoo finding whatever this major is. They're in Brinstar now, yeah?
No, he's still in Meridia. Oh, he finds a charge beam.
And that's what I said. It'd be nice to have. Big find.
That's a huge find. Now he can skip a lot of the circles. He's already plenty healthy and does not need that much more ammo.
I didn't realize we had a second major. Kraid and Ridley.
Was it in Meridia?
Oh, no. That's right. Yeah, Kraid and Ridley in Meridia. Okay.
Yeah, they diverted. And Funny went on
Fire!
super. Oh my gosh, another huge find.
And an energy tank. Big find for Anthony. So
Huge
yes,
find.
there's Meridia. Now that we got the entire map opened up to us, Kraid and Ridley, according to Odyssey.
So their path diverted in the parlor. And Funny decided to go south to Everest into what I believe is Norfair, while Sunwoo Farmer decided to stay in Ridley where Parlor was and explore the heated zone to the right-hand side.
There you go. Sunwoo Farmer is going to have these, but is going to be very careful on energy. No Varia suit. We know Anthony has Varia. Anthony is in go mode.
Clean quick kill from Sunwoo Farmer. Or as we know him here as the Woo.
The Woo. Anthony finding Cack Alley. Not the fastest room in the game. Now Anthony finding the last area, wrecked ship. Anthony just full sending. Picks up some missiles along the way in Cathedral. Caution.
Ooh, where
it's
that
amphitheater. Amphitheater. Amphitheater? Amphitheater. I'll go with amphitheater. Sounds
amphitheater?
Cool. Amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
I see what you did there. Well played. Twitch chat's falling asleep on us. Wake up, folks! I'm kidding. I'm also falling asleep over here. Just tired.
This is a pretty exciting race, though, in my opinion. It's very close between the two of them. They diverted, yes. It's very hard to tell who's ahead now. One managed to find Kraid and Ridley, and a lot more information. But now Funny has a Varia suit as well.
No boss, no major. Wreck ship is dead.
Yeah, no nothing. Ooh, Sunwoo Farmer taking somewhat of a risk. Realizes that the map was the other direction that he chose to go.
Mother Brain and Dragon are in Brinstar. That's interesting because Sunwoo Farmer has now taken out two bosses rather. Hasn't got to Dragon Ridley yet. Does not have Varia. This is such a weird seed. You have to go get Varia suit, head all the way back to Meridia, then head all the way back to Brinstar, then leave. Just really weird seed.
Oh yeah. And Funny making quick work with the Metal Pirates room. Very clean movement there. Some Shine Spark kills to take those guys out real quick.
Back to Cack Alley.
Cack Alley. More like a room where death by 1,000 spikes.
At the cacks as you go by.
Sunwoo Farmer blasting through that map. I couldn't quite get a glimpse of it, but it looks like he's still looking for something. Probably, more than likely, that Varia suit that Funny already had found, yeah.
And this will be a retreat out of Brinstar. Oh no, it's going to be continuing. I thought that was the door.
Sunwoo Farmer getting that critical knowledge.
And there is the one major here in Norfair we know is Spazer.
Oh, is he going to do it? Oh, he's taking the risk. He's doing it. And Funny deciding to go for blind sand pits. With gravity and speed, he doesn't have much to fear, but there is still chance of something going wrong. Weird rooms, not having the right stuff, but I believe he will be just fine. Finds a major.
Ring ball. And a missile, which Anthony will get.
Sun Farmer peeks the item from below. A good call. Realized that it was Spazer.
Sunwoo Farmer not going for Spazer.
An interesting choice considering that he has Charge Beam, Ice, and Wave.
Oh, we found the back of Mother Brain.
Oh, that we did. A question that comes up quite often. No, you cannot kill Mother Brain from behind, except if you have already completely broken the glass on Mother Brain, which requires you going from the front, so most of the time it's a moot point. But it can be done.
And another elevator is going to take us to where?
Still in Brinstar.
Yep. Where is that map door?
It's a good question.
Nice energy tank find.
Yep, the healthy get healthier.
Double energy! There's the energy tank. Anthony's going to go up. Sunwoo Farmer finally finding Brinstar.
Oh, that means he's gonna find that Varia suit. He knows there's two
right
items
here
to the
in
top
Aqueduct. Sunwoo's gonna be very happy to see that.
You can feel the joy. Question is, does he turn around immediately for that Ridley? Looks like he's gonna keep going for a little while longer.
Just like Anthony did.
Oh? Perhaps not. He is, in fact, turning around. I believe he might be going for Ridley. As he knows, it's very far away.
Major X-ray.
Womp womp.
So Anthony realizing that he has to go from the other way to get the map station here in Brinstar. Gonna find where Dragon is. And then move on from, once you're done with Dragon, head back up to the parade for Anthony again. 2 bosses to 1. It's very early. I say it's very early. It's 41 minutes in. 42 minutes in, rather.
We're still definitely in the beginning half. However, Sunwoo Farmer is quickly making up time on Anthony with that knowledge and charge beam of where Ridley is. So he can take out Ridley for sure, which would put him well ahead.
Ooh, that's another major. But there's Dragon right there, Mama Turtle.
3 majors, I think? He's scanning. He's scanning for Ridley. He's going to realize that he skipped Meridia's map. Then dread sets in. Sunwoo Farmer accidentally killing that B-Tom that he needed to clip. Decided to go around instead. The one tragedy of having Screw Attack. B-Tom clips become extremely hard. If you don't turn it off. Yes, Sunwoo Farmer is most definitely setting up for a Ridley fight now. With Varia, he decided to go back get that beam to make it a little bit easier to fight Ridley. Still has 10 supers and 25 missiles to kind of help alleviate some of the time it takes to kill Ridley, but definitely aiming to kill Ridley next. And funny, going around, looking like he's exploring new territory, looking for this major.
Jet Seed, this is not. feel like this is what a map Rando siege should be.
Exactly.
Nice space jump.
Finds a space jump.
Yep, Anthony went for that major item and will be rewarded. The problem is the Sunwoo farmers pretty much gained all the ground that he needed to. He's going back to fight Ridley.
Exactly.
He's back in Meridia already.
While space jump is definitely a very good movement item, I'm not sure Anfunny's too happy to see it. In his position, I would imagine he's looking for charge beam. He doesn't know it's in Meridia.
Plasma.
Yeah, he doesn't know it's in Meridia. Eva Bryan in the chat says, I can imagine a person finding a Metroid room in the first store they go in after landing on the planet. It is 100% possible. It's happened. It's happened. I guarantee it. That's the beauty of Map Rando, though. You'll never know what's coming next. And Funny still searching these majors. I believe he's still looking for a charge beam. I believe he's going to find plasma, or maybe high jump. Oh, finds the high jump boots. Huge for movement. Now that he's equipped with every movement item in the game, he can start flying through this game. However, still doesn't know where charge is, so it's kind of looking for that and a way to solve the Ridley problem. Sunwoo Farmer in the big boy room. And Funny goes to greet Dragon now instead. No point to come back later. Take care of her now while you're here. Perfectly able to. Speed booster, high jump, screw tech, space jump, grapple beam. The only thing he's missing is charge. And plasma. As Fan would say, best beam. Very nice grapple fry. Some fried shrimp for the Dragon fight. All right, that puts two bosses to two bosses, but Sunwoo Farmer has charge and everything able. It's completely able to take down Ridley. And Funny still missing some ammo and or charge beam. Looking to solve that problem here really soon. Probably going to make his way back to Meridia in search of charge beam.
Charge beam.
Yeah, conveniently enough, he'll find it, and then he'll find the other two bosses he's missing, Kraid and Ridley. It's really hard to say who's up. It really is impossible to tell. Sunwoo Farmer sure is right next to Ridley, but is also very far away from Dragon. All right, closing in on that 49-minute mark. Sunwoo Farmer has engaged Ridley. Doing some damage to Ridley has forced that door closed. He is now locked in. No high jump, though, makes this fight really tragic, especially if you have speed booster equipped. And Funny's going down that right sand pit, looking for that major, still searching for a charge beam, I believe. It's going to be greeted with plasma instead. A very strong beam. He only has one major missing. That's charge beam.
Plasma beam found. Don't know if at this point Anthony will even find charge beam. Possible.
I think he's relying on it, as he's been skipping out on most of the circles. No other way to take down Ridley except charge beam now.
We know it's in Meridia.
Yes.
We know it's in Meridia.
The one benefit Anfunny has, we know it's in Meridia. He doesn't. However, he does know Kraid and Ridley belong in Meridia. He's already discovered every other map.
Mm-hmm.
Plasmers. It's hard to say who's up. It really is. Now, if I were a betting man, and I am, I would actually say Anfunny is still in the lead. Sunwoo Farmer, trying to clean up this fight.
Ridley's just a long fight.
He's actually at 0 HP. You can tell by how many times he's trying to grab Sunwoo.
Mm-hmm.
The Woo.
The Woo.
Oh, be careful, Woo. Be careful.
Again, Ridley's just a very long fight. 30.
Oh, no! Tragedy strikes Sunwoo Farmer. As Ridley's health is zeroed.
Sunwoo. That's unfortunate. All the way back in Meridia. And at the wrong side of Meridia from where Ridley is. Unfortunate. And Sunwoo loses Spazer. Loses Varia.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate for Sunwoo. An unfortunate death against Ridley. That's unfortunate. But again, someone knows exactly where he needs to go. He needs to go get that Varia suit and book it back to Ridley. He has the info, but time obviously is a factor. I don't know what Sunwoo is thinking. You do not have enough to Crystal Flash. You're looking for that Brinstar door. And takes the reset, realizing they're outside the wrong Meridia door.
It's hard to focus sometimes when tragedy strikes, but sometimes you just got to clear your mind and go for it. You got to keep going. Got to keep going. Yeah, Sunwoo knows he's lost minutes. A lot of time lost on that. However, he's not out of the race. There's still people running. There's plenty of people still going. And Funny finds that Meridia map, though, gets all the information he needs, and is well on his way to getting that charge beam. He knows it's charged. It is the last major he has yet to get. Sunwoo Farmer, retracing his steps, gonna make his way back to Ridley, probably. I like Sunwoo's route more, but this Murdy revisit has been really slow. Yes. I think the route Sunwoo Farmer took is very, very strong indeed. Especially since he got charged fairly early and he knows he can dodge a lot of those circles. And Funny has been playing to get that charge beam, but hasn't found it until the very end. So he did take a lot of time to get a lot of extra majors. That space jump, high jump, screw attack. I mean, screw attack is in the beginning though, so. But yes. Had Sunwoo finished that fight, I would dare to say it'd be a very, very close match. But and Funny would still be ahead considering he has every beam, every item. Just my personal take on it. What do you think, fan?
I think cookies are delicious, and I haven't listened to a word you said. I'm kidding.
You're not wrong.
So, I think Sunwoo is in a lot of trouble here. That's what I think. I mean, he's just so far behind now. Anthony has that charge beam, has all of his mages. We can have a full tracker. Aussie, achievement unlocked once Ridley's defeated. Full tracker. Can we get some GGs in the chat for Aussie, please?
Can we get some claps for Aussie? One of the map rando goats, one of the developers, one of the guys who puts his heart, soul, and passion into making this thing beautiful.
Yep. So far, 4 people have finished this seed. Simo, they finish in first place with an official time of 49 minutes and 6 seconds. Eddie finishes in second place, Zeb in third, Lunix in fourth.
Oh, Eddie and Zeb, if you guys don't know them, they were actually Rando League partners. They finished a measly 2 seconds apart from each other.
Yeah, 2 seconds apart. That's just crazy.
There's gonna be some trash talk tonight in their channels.
Well, it's time for the Ridley fight for Anthony.
Having a little bit of trouble, but is well healthy enough to take these hits. Halfway down. With that full beam combo, 20 charge shots. It's all it takes to take down Ridley. Bring him down to 0 health. But Ridley, being the mad jerk he is, does not die when he hits 0. No. Tries to grab you 10 times. Grabs him. And that is a clean fight. Ridley down for Anfunny.
All right.
Achievement unlocked.
I muted myself. I sneezed, and then I heard something drop, and I thought it was one of my lenses real quick. My glasses.
Uh-oh.
Thank goodness it wasn't.
Yeah, thank goodness.
It was a bottle cap.
Yeah, that can be dropped. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Sunwoo Farmer making his way back to Ridley. And Funny looking to clean this up now. Definitely on his way to Mother Brain. Did he see where Mother Brain is? I believe he did. He has every map. Oh, he found the back of Mother Brain as well. Ran into Mother Brain blind earlier.
Dun, 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 dun. Where did Anthony's music go, by the way? I feel like that just got dropped. Did that also drop for anybody else, by the way?
Yeah, I don't hear much either.
We'll have to get that fixed here. Let me see if I can do something about that. 1 second.
I'm hearing some and funny game feed now.
I've boosted it up a bit more. That's really weird.
Okay, here comes Sunwoo Farmer. Ridley attempt take 2.
Yeah.
Still rocking the PKRD beam.
Sorry, folks, I tried. It's just not raising. Aussie, maybe if you know something how to fix it. I've got them up at 100 and it's not working. Anthony's is just quiet, yeah. Dun 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 dun.
We have just crossed the 1 hour mark, and Funny on his way to Mother Brain to finish out this game. Sunwoo Farmer taking on Ridley for the second try. Still has Dragon to find and defeat after this. Sunwoo taking a little bit more cautious, or perhaps Ridley is being a little bit nicer this time around. Not taking near as much damage as he did last time. Steadily making progress on whittling down Ridley's health. And Funny.
Being
Just
funny?
one door away from Mother Brain. And Funny first tries that jab skip. Sunwoo Farmer finishes up Ridley. Not a bad fight at all. Considering that he left Speed Booster on and doesn't have high jump, that makes for a tough fight indeed. Oh, he did lead. He did take it off. I take that back. He's well aware of how Speed Booster chops your running speed if you have it on but no high jump boots. Ooh. And Funny takes a catch up, but looks like it's done with Mother Brain 2.
Hooray!
There's the big boy, the baby.
The baby. And an interesting timer here as well. Only about 2:15. Really interesting. 2 more finishers. SUD2 finishes in 5th place and PAF in 6th.
I actually suspected this time to be a little longer, but doesn't look like Brindar is as far away from the ship as I thought.
That's what I was gonna say. It seems a little it seems a little like a little short, but it is fine.
And Funny making its way through Wreck Ship Shaft. As you can tell in the escape sequence, the screen shakes. We actually allow a reduced screen shaking mode because the one tile gaps in Wreck Ship Shaft makes it extremely difficult to escape through. So reduced shaking is an option that we have turned on.
Hooray!
Yeah, you might notice it's not shaking too violently. Still some shaking for the effect, but not so much where we can't escape. Well, he's in Criteria already. Trying to make his way back to the ship. Looks like he will get there with plenty of time left. And there it is. And Funny. Finished.
Ta-da!
With an official race time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 19 seconds. That is enough to give him 7th place in today's community race.
GG's and Barry finishes in
Yes.
8th place. Oats and Goats still racing, as well as Sunwoo, Timon, Mo, bunch of other racers as well. This race is not over yet.
Put your GGs in chat for our racer and winner of today's Map Rando Showcase, and Funny.
Jeez.
GGs. All right, Sunwoo Farmer making his way down the sand pits blind. He's going to get greeted with, I believe, was Plasma Beam on his way to looking for the map. Sees it, wants it. Hello and welcome, and Funny. How are you doing today?
Good. How about y'all?
Good.
GG's, Anthony.
GG's, a wonderful race, wonderful run.
Thank you.
Yeah, hour and 5 and 19 seconds, I believe. Low enough to get you 7th place. How you feeling?
It went pretty well. I've been focusing on the dash tournament recently, so this is the first map rando I've done in like a week. So I'm pleasantly surprised.
Very nice, very nice. I can definitely tell that you've been practicing at least some kind of Super Metroid. Your movements were looking pretty clean. Your decisions were spot on. Honestly, though, do you feel like you made that many mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, not too many. I probably should have checked Meridia beforehand, but I mean, it ended up being good because I ended up getting plasma and figuring out where Mother Brain was at least. So
yeah.
I was pretty much in go mode once I knew where Meridia's going to have Kraid and Ridley.
Exactly. Yeah, finding those plasma and stuff along the way. It looks like you were checking all those majors in search of Charge Beam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's I saw that one area where there's a bunch of open circles kind of concentrated, and I'm guessing that's where a lot of the supers were. So I thought, I guess I'll go ahead and try to find that Charge Beam.
Yeah, so it looked like you guys diverted right in the parlor. You decided to go down to Norfair, and while Sunwoo decided to go towards Meridian map. And that's where the first big deviation was. It was hard to tell who was up at that point, but I would say you guys were neck and neck. Very, very close to each other.
Oh yeah, me and Samu know each other pretty well, and me and him are like right next to each other in terms of skill. He's
I had fun with that on the stream.
Oh, I bet you did, Weather.
That's right. I had fun with that. I'm like, oh, Sunwoo and Anthony have been training together, and all this. I had fun, and you defeated Sunwoo.
I mean,
Sunwoo, who is stuck at the wrecked ship for reasons I don't quite understand.
I mean, he's definitely got me on like the Varya and Dash, but I've done quite a few more map randos, so we kind of got that. We can learn from each other in those different areas. So,
oh yeah. Yes, definitely. Training partners, from what I hear, right?
Oh yeah.
Because watching you guys side by side in the beginning, you neck and neck, the same calls, the same moves, the same everything. It's a very good mirror match.
Yeah, we were actually joking that we were going to get matched up in the tournament next week, and turned out today we got matched up. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, so it looks like you didn't quite find the items you were looking for. Like you said, you were looking for charge for a good long while there. Ever think about on the way to like Brinstar and Wreck Ship and stuff like that? Did you ever think that maybe Meridia was the correct play while you were in the game?
To be honest, I completely forgot that Meridia hadn't been filled out, and so I just kind of kept going. And sometimes that happens, and you get lucky.
I get that feeling 100%. Not that long ago, there was a seed where we found Ridley 4 rooms away from the ship, and I just completely forgot. It happens to everybody.
It's map rando's a lot to keep track of.
It really is.
I definitely was pausing more than usual.
Yeah, Sunwoo Farmer is oh yeah, definitely. It's a lot to keep track of for sure. Like you say, you have to know where every room is. You have to know what rooms are in those maps, in those areas. You have to know how the areas connect, what you can and cannot do based on your current equipment. It is a lot to keep track of. But yes, again, congratulations on your win against Sunwoo Farmer today and unlocking the achievement of getting everything on the tracker.
Yeah, it's been a while since I 100%, or not, well, not 100%, got all the majors.
Yep, 100% majors.
Aussie gets that incredible bonus. Nicely done. So, Anthony, what was one of the most challenging things about this? If you had to pick one thing about this seed, not charge beam, what's one thing? Because that was kind of obvious when we were calling it, right? And I'm sure you were getting frustrated trying to find it. What in general do you think was just tough about that seed? Was it, for example, the way Brinstar had weird stuff, Varya back to Meridia, back to Bryn? Like, it kind of just talk us through like what might have been challenging in that seed for you.
Well, yeah, like starting off, I felt like there was still a lot of criteria I could have explored, but it just didn't seem like the answer. And then I went and found those morph bombs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I need to go back to criteria now. But I'm not quite sure. There seems like there might be more to explore here, and are there some hell runs I should run instead? But I ended up finding what I needed, and I think that Fantune fight, I wasn't quite expecting it. I had 5 supers, and I'm like, I guess I could technically kill him. I have screw attack, but I definitely wanted to find at least a pack of missiles to kind of ease that fight. And they happen to be right there at Sky Missiles, which I fluffed a little bit, but that happens. It's not the easiest trick to do, but ice helps a lot with that.
Oh, definitely, 100% agree.
Very cool. All right. I got nothing else. Anthony?
Let's
enjoy the woo. Does that just make you feel like all sorts of amazing and outstanding and like you're going to go right now?
Oh, no. I mean, it's map rando, there's a lot of variables.
Kidding.
I know. But yeah.
You,
go ahead.
You could You could take it as a premonition to your upcoming Dash tournament lineup.
I need to go check and see where Oats is at. Oats still hasn't finished. Koala hasn't finished. Okay, Oats is at mother.
Yeah, Oats might have taken a wrong turn. Maybe taken a tragic death. Like today's Sunwoo Farmer. He had a very tragic death.
Oh, man.
Look, it was just really weird in general. And, like, this seed... I don't know how the best way to describe this seed.
It's a map rando seed, that's for sure.
Definitely.
I feel like the way we describe this, and Anthony, you can tell me if I'm wrong, was getting the information early up in criteria. You needed to get back to that map station because that entire giant area above that had your gravity, it had your speed, and grapple was so pivotal. And you couldn't do that without bombs. There was no way of getting there. So that was done early, and if you didn't go back, then, you know, this might be taking a little bit longer. You and Sunwoo were pretty much at that point, and then throughout the points, throughout most of this race, but, like, was that what the logic was telling you, like, I have bombs and I have nowhere else I want to go, let me go back to the station and criteria?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I feel like these map randos really like putting good things at the top right of ship, and you know, seeing Mount Everest there, I was like, yeah, there's no way it wants me to do anything else. And then I think Torian had nothing, so I was like, well, that's definitely the answer.
Fantastic.
A question for you, though. I was wondering, when you found Varia, were you ever tempted to go back and get all those circles, opposed to looking for charge?
I was fairly tempted, for sure. You know, you know, the supers are definitely really good in the map rando because the double damage to Mother Brain. It definitely allows you to not have to do the kind of search that I needed. But at the same time, you know, most of the majors I saw weren't too far out of the way, so it kind of, you know, worked out to, I think, be a little bit faster overall. Because, you know, a lot of those open circles could have been E-tanks or reserves or just PBs, because I didn't get a lot of PBs in there either, so it would have been a risk in its own way. At least, like I kind of like doing the major hunt a little bit better overall, just because I feel like there's just a better chance of there being what I need. But I did have to last find it on this one, but you know, like I said, they weren't too far out of the way, so I felt pretty good about grabbing them.
Yeah, getting charged last year, it felt a lot more like the exception rather than the rule. A lot of the times, hunting all the majors is a good choice because a lot of the really important items are going to be locked behind tricks that you'll need to perform anyways. But yeah, I agree with your assessment for sure. I do this all the time as well. In fact, the last time I did try to skip charge, I found like 10 energy tanks in all 4 reserves and 35 power bombs. So that one kind of bit me in the butt, and I don't think I'll be trying that one again anytime soon.
Yeah, I tend, especially in like actual races where I feel like there's a little bit more pressure, I tend to kind of play it a little bit safer in some ways. You know, maybe take some risks in general, but you know, I feel like, you know, I could lose like 10 minutes doing something, then it might not be worth it. It's hard to, you know, balance the you know, the positive and negatives of each approach.
Exactly. So I was just thinking about you two being training partners and all. I'm gonna tell you his route compared to your own. So when you went down to Norfair, he went to Meridian and found Charge early and Crane. You found Varia early, but decided not to turn around to take on Ridley. I'm assuming it's because you didn't have Charge Beam. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think I had enough ammo. Let's see, 15 times 6, that's 9. Yeah, I mean, I guess I did with power bombs. Maybe I had just enough. But I also didn't know. I don't think I knew where Ridley was yet.
No, I'm pretty sure you didn't as well.
So there's, and like I said, I forgot all about that Meridia area where Kraid and Ridley were anyway.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping not to find Ridley until I found Charge, but that kind of ended up working out.
Mm-hmm. So in your mind, do you think now, knowing what you know now and while it's still fresh in your mind, do you think your route was superior or one of the best routes to take, and why?
I mean, I think there were. It probably would have been. I mean, I guess that's, I needed that ammo to kill Ridley. I think it was pretty solid overall. Definitely floundered around in like Torian for a little bit. Didn't need to go into there, and Wreck Ship. Thankfully, I had the map there pretty quick. That was another kind of misstep, but I find when you're in those small areas and the map's not too far away, it's kind of worth checking it out because you could have
Definitely.
something like Charge. So I think overall, for my skill level in being able to handle Ridley, I think I chose a really good route.
Yeah. It seemed like a pretty strong route. You hardly had to backtrack too much. The only backtracking was getting back to Meridia and then killing Kraid and Ridley. But I think the only thing that you really lost time on was looking for Charge, But again, you had decided to go down instead and found Varia instead of going to Meridia and getting Charge. It's a hard debate, I can't tell you what's right or what's wrong. Maybe eventually I'll discuss with like Eddie and Timo and Zeb and them to see what route they took, because they're finishing freaking lightning speed. Sema with a sub 50 on this seed. Kind of crazy when you think about it. So obviously there's still a lot to learn, a lot to see, but I think overall you had a really good run, like a really good run. Clean movement, good tricks, solid technique. So definitely hoping for you to pull ahead in your dash tournament.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, I'm 1-1 right now, so doing all right. We need 3-3 in order to make it to the actual ladder. So
gotcha. All right, Sunwoo Farmer is cleaning up now. He's making his way on his escape. The tragic death. We'll discuss a little bit more about that when Sunwoo Farmer gets in here after he's done finishing cleaning this up. But did you think that you would win or lose coming into this race between the two of you? I know you got a training partner. You guys know each other so well. Or did you really just think it might have been just a coin flip?
Yeah, I think at this point it's kind of a coin flip. I think Sunwoo's got the better movement overall, and whenever he gets going, he really goes. I think I'm a little bit like more consistent overall, but he's got a little bit more variability to him. So I feel like it was definitely a coin flip.
Gotcha. Who's more aggressive between the two of you? Would you say that's Sunwoo as well?
Yes, yeah. I think that's part of the volatility, and like I was saying before, I think I'm a bit more. I play a bit more safe, just to kind of make sure I get through things rather than taking those risks. Which I think in Map Rando it can pay off a bit more than in Varia and Dash, because you need those really big risks in those in order to like really pull ahead.
All right, Sunwoo Farmer just a few rooms away from finishing. Sunwoo Farmer throwing the GGs in the race time chat.
GG's Sunwoo.
He's not quite there on the screen yet, though. All right, making his way to the landing site. Popping on that ship here in just a second.
Yeet.
And there he is. Sunwoo Farmer finished with the
Hooray!
official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 39 seconds. Just 4 seconds ahead of 13th place. Gets him 12th. All right, let's see. We might be able to get him in on the interview here in just a moment. Throw your GGs in chat for our racer Sunwoo Farmer. A respectable time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 39 seconds. Not too shabby at all. And we can also get a clap for our map Rando developer and tracker for today at this showdown, Aussie 101. Thank you, Aussie 101, for everything you do, making this a well-oiled machine and putting together, again, this beautiful randomizer. Also like to take this time to thank WXFan21. Thank you very much for letting me commentate with you. You are my senior in this. I'm trying to take my tips and learn from you.
My pleasure. You did an outstanding job, my man. Well done.
I try my best. Still not quite a WX fan, but I'll get there one day.
There you go. Well, I've been doing podcasting since like 2016, 2017.
Oh, I got a lot to learn then.
I've kind of been developing this over the course of the last like 7 years.
It shows. You're really good at it. You're really good at it.
Appreciate that. So, I don't think Sunwoo is coming to join us, and that's okay.
That's all right.
GG's, unless their link is broken, which is possible.
Oh, yes, we had that issue. I had that issue myself.
It's quite possible.
Aussie might be trying to fix it as we speak.
It's possible. We'll give Sunwoo another 30 seconds here or so. We're not going to keep you all here long. In the meantime, while we do possibly wait for Sunwoo from to get here, if you're looking for more Super Metroid action, there is a race coming up. Actually, it just started. Head over to the main SpeedGaming channel. Count Cranberry versus Ace Zero in the Super Metroid Randomizer Mystery Tournament. Go check that over on the main SpeedGaming channel. That is commentated by JXB and Salty Pigeon with Gestro on commentary. Tomorrow, so many races. 11:10 a.m. Nick versus Audra. 1:10 p.m. Eastern. Leslie Pro. 2:10 p.m. Fringo versus Mass Hysteria. 4:10 p.m. all Eastern times, by the way. Zeb versus Dirksu. 7:10 Nitro versus Scott. And 8:10 Jiro versus Lies. So much racing tomorrow, and the Woo has decided to grace us with his presence. What's up, Sunwoo? GG's.
GG's, man.
How much were you swearing at Ridley? It's okay, be honest.
Oh, I was sweating a lot.
No, swearing.
Oh, swearing. Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
A lot of swearing, too, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah, exactly. Swearing, possible monitor punching. We do not condone violence here at SpeedGaming. Kidding. But no violence.
So, Sunwoo, we have not informed your opponent on what happened.
Oh.
Tell your side of the story.
Okay.
Ridley is a bleep.
Yeah. I went into Ridley, was trying to find extra supers along the way, but it was all power bombs, let's say. And, I did skip Spazer, thinking like, oh, I don't need that. And then I routed back for it as soon as I got Varia and went to Ridley, and then proceeded to die, and then
so rude.
Go and get Varia again, get Spazer again, and save, and then try again.
Oh man.
But it was okay. I am very bad at the PRKD Ridley, and I forgot to turn off speed the first time, which did not help at all.
Yes, I noticed that as well. I saw that you turned it off for the second one after the fact. I was like, did he leave it on again? I'm not sure. Not having a high jump for Ridley, it's one of those things you overlook, especially as a spectator. But if you're in there without high jump, it is a different beast. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and funny, your opponent went to save at Meridia before getting Spazer the first time, like routing there, before getting Varia. It got all that stuff, came back to Ridley, and then took that nasty death and lost all of it.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I think we would have been pretty close if not for that.
You would have been very close. So the path deviations started. I was talking to Anthony about this earlier, Sunwoo. The path deviations, you went right into Meridia to discover the rest of Meridia. And you found Charge fairly early there. You also killed Kraid on the way out. He decided to go down because he just overlooked the rest of Meridia and where the map was, and ended up finding Varia first. But he didn't have charge, so he kept going until he found charge or enough ammo. And that's where the biggest path deviation was. However, at this point, like it ended up being 2 bosses versus 2 bosses. You had Kraid and Fantoon down. He had Fantoon and Dragon down. You were both making your way to Ridley. You were there first, but you took that death right when and Funny was making a way towards Meridia map. So had you not taken that death, I think you guys would have been less than a minute apart. Less than a minute apart for sure.
And that's why he's my training partner.
Yes.
Thoughts about the seed in general, about the layout, about any tricks you had to do? Sunwoo?
Not really. I liked the beginning, how it was always like early morph. Screw attack was the first item that felt really good.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that you got a little crouch locked. You didn't have morph ball when you're trying to take top left at landing site, and you took a quick little reset there. It happens to everybody.
Yes.
Just a little caveat that I saw.
Yes, in the water room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Taking that risk going down to what was it? It was the top of the Lower North Fair elevator into the speed booster hall into Plower House. How are you feeling going down there with just 2 E-tanks?
Oh, it was a high risk, high reward. I was hoping for Varia on the end of that, but I was actually thinking about resetting out of that forever after the grapple. But I made it back through, luckily.
Yeah, you farmed up in the pseudo screw room or pseudo plasma spark room for a little bit there.
Yes.
And getting that E-tank on the way down seemed to bail you out pretty good too.
Yes.
In the speed booster room, yeah.
If that wasn't there, then I wouldn't have been able to do the rest of the hell run for sure.
Yep. And then we noticed that both of you struggled in the crumble shaft. Kind of tragic there. We're putting speed booster there.
Yes.
Yep.
And then I forgot I had ice going up Red Tower from the bottom. I was like trying to bomb jump, and I'm like, oh wait, I shot, and I was like, oh gosh, I have ice.
Oh no.
Kind of like how both of you forgot you actually had bombs when you reached Spring Ballroom. It's okay.
Yep. Just using the casual power bombs when you only have 5 of to bomb boost. Yep, we saw it.
Professionals.
Okay.
We both did that. That's funny.
Professionals. These are
It
speed
happens to
running
everybody.
professionals, folks. All right, well, let's
Rando
get up.
main problems.
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything else they want to talk about? Because if not, we're gonna head out of here, and I'm sure a bunch of us are gonna go watch that Dash Rando tournament on the main Speed Gaming channel.
Oh yes.
That's it for me.
All right. Sunwoo?
Yes, thank you guys for the comms and thanks for the restream. Hope you guys have a good Saturday night. Enjoy the dash.
Ditto.
Excellent. There you go. All right, everybody. For Anthony, Aussie, Spiffy Thomas, and Sunwoo Farmer, I'm WXFan21 saying see you next mission. Latest peoples.